Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I decided to make another video. Yes, this is a reading vlog. It's not a Mexico vlog, even though that is where I am right now. Hello? I'm not sure what I'm actually gonna upload these videos in, so possibly I'll link above to my Mexico vlog. Otherwise it's coming after this, but I just want to update my progress on Words of Radiance. I did listen to it on the plane. I'm being bit by a mosquito. Oh gosh. I listened to it on the plane. I'm on chapter, what? Chapter 12. I'm really liking this one. Obviously Way of Kings was incredible, as everyone knows. And a lot of people, including Ryan, who's sitting right there, say that Words of Radiance is their favorite one in the series. And I mean, it's way too soon for me to say. Currently I'd say I liked Way of Kings more, but I actually finished Way of Kings. But everyone talks about how Shallan finally gets good in this book, and for me that's like, that doesn't make sense because I already love Shallan. Her bits so far have been awesome, but I already loved her from book one, so this is not like a finally Shallan's getting good. This is just yay, more Shallan. I don't want to do spoilers because that's not who I am, but something crazy just happened and I have questions, and a character is apparently deceased, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it, and Ryan won't tell me. Ryan, is that character dead?
Tight-lipped.
But all I have to say is, I am a stick. I am a stick. Okay, bye. I forgot to show you all the books I brought to Mexico. Now, here's the thing. So I'm doing a buddy read with Katie on the ruins. This is my current group read. Oh, this is not a book, this is a notebook. Get out of here. This, I was gonna bring this and Vampires of El Norte, but then someone told me it's like literally just a romance with the vaguest hint of vampire and horror and stuff, so eh. But these three are mine, and then Ryan wanted to maybe read these. He's finishing, what the frick are you finishing?
Ship of Destiny.
Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. So he might start one of these, or he might listen to The Will of the Many on Audible, because I have that downloaded and I told him to read it.
Who knows?
But I've got these three, plus Words of Radiance. Just got back from some excursions and that coffee is delicious. But I'm here to tell you I finished reading The Ruins by Scott Smith. I was gonna do updates while I was reading it, but I've just been like having a great time on vacation and not filming. But I did finish this morning on the way to Tulum, which are some ruins. It's actually like pretty close to where this is set for real. Yeah, my thoughts on the book. So Katie and I did that as a buddy read, so we're gonna do like a whole actual, oh my god, I have a heat stroke, I can't think. We're gonna do an actual review, buddy review together, so I'm not gonna go into it too much right now, but I really enjoyed the setting and the vibes, and it was the perfect book for this trip, but I hated the characters. Every single one of the characters sucked butt. I did not like them. But now I'm kind of sad that I finished it because I still have like 4 days here in Mexico. And I did bring The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to jump right into it. I want to make progress on After the Forest, which I am still reading. But it's just like so different of a vibe that it's going to take a second to get into it. I of course am still listening to Words of Radiance on Audible. So I can just jump back into that for like an easy beach read. Ryan's been reading Red Rising, which is kind of cool. I think he's like halfway through. No, less than that. Quarter way through, but I do want to read it as well. I haven't read Red Rising since I was 15 maybe. I read it in 2012. So I'm thinking if I do get this book club off the ground for my channel, for my members, maybe Red Rising will be the first book we read. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. But that is my update for now. I will get back to you guys soon. Remember, this whole vlog is not set in Mexico. I just happen to be reading in Mexico right now. All right. I'm going to maybe take a nap, maybe read a book. See you later. Good morning, friends. I think it's day 6 of my trip, but I'm not actually doing a trip update right now. This is a reading update. I keep getting confused. I think I've officially decided to DNF after the forest. I'm just not getting into it. I finished the ruins and I was like, great, now I have time to read After the Forest on my trip, and I brought it to the beach with me, and I just not interested. So I think we're done with After the Forest. But I did bring with me, and maybe this is just because I'm in like a Mexico mood, but I did bring The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, which is the name of the restaurant right behind me. Look at that. A hacienda in Spanish is essentially like a large estate or plantation or like a farm. And I started reading The Hacienda yesterday, and I'm loving it already. I'm really enjoying the vibes. It's a gothic horror suspense. It's very similar to Mexican Gothic and What Moves the Dead, and there's a little creepiness to it. I'm not very far in, so we'll see what happens. But yes, I have started reading The Hacienda. Good evening, buenos noches, bonsoir. I'm multilingual now. I'm home from Mexico. Sorry, the rest of this vlog will not be in fun, pretty locations. It will be in my home. Katie and I ended up not filming the review of the ruins like I had planned to. We were just having too much fun to like do work. So I do want to talk a little bit more about the book now in this vlog. Hello? Sorry, I just showered, so my hair is crazy. I'll try not to repeat myself, but I probably will. I liked the vibe. I love extreme settings. That is my bread and butter. So having the squad get trapped on a hill in the jungle and not able to leave because they're being guarded by Mayans, and also obviously the vines won't let them, that was really cool. But every single POV character was insufferable to read. I only actually liked one character in the book. His name is Matthias, and he was not a POV character, so that was a bummer. I guess I'm gonna do some spoilers, I think. His death was so stupid. I was like, Matthias is gonna live. If anyone's gonna live, it should be Matthias. He's the only one that's not an idiot. And then he died in the dumbest way. So the characters were definitely written to hit on certain like stereotypes of Americans, white people, and then men and women. And it hit those stereotypes. It made the points it was trying to make, but it felt that it didn't add much to the book. If anything, it just took away from the book. So typically, as white people do, these dumbass tourists, you know, are heading to their location and they're told many times by locals that it's extremely dangerous. They come across a Mayan man who does not speak English or Spanish. He's speaking a different language, and he's using hand gestures and whatnot to clearly tell them not to go where they're going. And then he shoots a gun at them, like to warn them away. And they're just like, does he want money? What could he possibly be trying to tell us right now? And they keep going. People are so stupid. And then we have Amy and Stacy, the two female characters. Incredibly one-dimensional characters. I hate to say it. They are the best friends. Ultimately, they are me and Katie. I'm Amy, she's Stacy. Do with that what you will. But there are worst qualities. Amy was just a bitch the whole time, and she was called a bitch the whole time for whatever reason. Like, she had nothing going for her, and then she died. And Stacy, who I actually did enjoy, she was probably my second favorite character, because although she was stupid and did some really dumb things, I like enjoyed her charisma, I guess I would say. She was written to be like the dumb slut type, but I liked her. She did everything wrong, but I liked her. But, oh God, the sexualization of these two was a bummer. We didn't need that. I know it's a horror book and it's a cabin in the woods type, but we don't need the girls to fall into the prude and the slut, which again, they have that conversation in the book about which one of them is the prude, which one of them is the slut, as though this is a horror movie. And then he just continued to write them that way. Stacy is literally nude multiple times in the book for some reason. The vines, which are the villain, I guess, are like eating away at their clothes because they're organics. And it's brought up that it's happening to everyone, but it only matters for Stacy's character because her shirt is eaten through right over one of her nipples. So her tit is just out for the entire second half of the book. And then she dies with her tits out. I really didn't like the characters, and that is what brought the book down. Actually, it brought it down to a 2 stars, but I gave it a whole star back because the audiobook is narrated by Patrick Wilson, who I love and adore and treasure. So that brought it back up a whole star. On Instagram, I gave it 3 stars. It could actually be more like a 2.5, but I'm not gonna change it right now. Maybe I'll change it in the future. By the time this video comes out, it'll be 2.5. But anyways, enough about the ruins. So the Hacienda, I'm on page 153. Now that I'm home, I'm enjoying it less, but I think it's just because I have things to do now, so it's not like my only source of mental stimulation is reading this book. I picked up What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher today. That's the sequel to What Moves the Dead. It just came out today, actually, and I want to dive right into it so badly. It's a novella, it's really short, but I've got so many things on the roster that I just can't. I actually like kind of regret starting the Hacienda, because if I didn't, I could just like quickly read What Feasts at Night right now. But as it is about to be March, I've got 3 buddy reads starting March 1st. I'm reading Bookshops and Bone Dust with my friend Jake. I'm doing a read through of The Winter King, which is hosted by Ty on Instagram. And Empire of the Damned is coming out, which is the sequel to Empire of the Vampire, and the same buddy group, or buddy read group that did Empire of the Vampire is going back for Empire of the Damned, so I will be starting that. I don't have a copy yet, but I'll get one. But yeah, that's it for my current update. I got a lot of stuff to do now that I'm back home, and I'm still recovering from the trip. I'm very tired. Probably won't be doing any reading tonight. Hopefully I will tomorrow. All right, I'll see you then. It was not my intention to wrap up this reading vlog right now. It was supposed to come out on the weekend, but I finished the Hacienda today and I'm really sick. Like, I'm not really sure what's wrong with me. Might be a hospital visit later today, depending on my symptoms. But I don't know. I've also been stressing about the video that's supposed to go up tomorrow because it's not finished, and it won't be finished because of my health. But this video is already edited except for this wrap up. So I just want to talk a little bit about the Hacienda and then go to sleep. Overall, I'm giving the Hacienda 3.5 stars. While reading it in Mexico, I was way more invested in it, and I think it was just the vibes. Now that I'm home, maybe it was a coincidence, but I felt that the book started to drag at the point I was at once I was home. The creepy vibes were excellent, and there was a lot of imagery in this book that I actually found to be quite spooky, which is hard to come by in a horror book. Horror books are tricky for me because I don't really get scared by books. And I didn't get scared by the Hacienda, but I enjoyed the imagery a lot. There was a lot of fun historical lore, I guess I'll say, between the powers of the church and the powers of traditional witchcraft. I was not here for the romance. It wasn't a huge part of the book, but it was not necessary in my opinion. I definitely recommend it if you want a slow gothic horror set in a unique area that's not just some old English manor. And if you like a little romance in your horror, then yeah, give this one a go as well, for sure. Before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Wish me luck with whatever's going on with my body right now. I'm sure it's nothing. I love you guys. Goodbye.